cloudy and it looks like it could rain any second. Hopefully it holds up. Alright, what did I read today? I guess the first interesting one was with all that CES news, no sign of companies like DJI. Well, reading this, maybe that shines some light into it. What are they doing? Self-driving cars? What? What's this about? This one says, drone company DJI reportedly working on self-driving technology. It's hiring engineers, has been developing Lidar and cameras, sources says. DJI, the world's largest drone maker, is building an engineering team to work on self-driving technologies, according to job posts and people familiar with the company's strategy. The Shenzhen-based company is hiring engineers for auto electronics, autonomous driving, and in-car software. Job posts on its website shows. 3 people said DJI plans to sell driver assist technology such as Lidar sensors, a key component in self-driving cars, and package solutions for autonomous driving functions. All sources spoke on condition of anonymity as the details are not public yet. DJI said they had no new announcement at the moment. I actually do remember reading this a while back too. It says DJI has been developing Lidar technology in cameras for years. 2 of the sources added. In 2020, Livox, a startup with links to DJI, displayed 2 Lidar sensors for autonomous vehicles at a consumer electronics show in Las Vegas. Chinese electric vehicles maker Zhengpeng Inc. has said it would use Livox Lidar technology for self-driving functions. While that's interesting, they do mention about that ban in the US. It says in December, the company was added to the US Commerce Department's entity list, allegedly over its technology being used to facilitate human rights abuses in China. Makes you wonder how much that will be a factor actually in terms of them being able to use any of their products, get, like they said, American technology and all that. Will that affect their business? And is this the answer as to why we didn't hear anything in CES? Because they're going into autonomous cars now, because maybe it's more profitable. It could be because of things like those regulations too in the US with the FAA and the remote IDs and all that. Will recreational flyers just be kicked out? Because even reading articles like this, it says cities prepare for home delivery by drone. So in general, they're just saying with the regulations of remote ID, expect to see this stuff more out there. And the interesting thing is, it sounds like they're actually trying to, like they say here, get people used to it. It says here, cities like Los Angeles have just started trying to prepare citizens for the change, disruption, and unanticipated weirdness that the era of drone delivery will bring. Mayor Eric Garcetti announced the Urban Air Mobility Partnership to get people used to seeing unusual flying things in the sky, and to develop a policy toolkit that could serve as a national blueprint. It makes me think of 2 things. 1, how are they going to reverse all this fear-mongering that they essentially created, like all this medias and stuff like that? And 2, with all this remote ID and stuff in the US that's eventually going to come out for stuff like this, are they going to tell people, oh man, if there's no remote ID and all that, these things are dangerous? I'm still thinking of that point that even people brought up with drone deliveries, because it even says here, FAA rules handed down late last month will require drones flying over cities to use remote identification technology so people on the ground can tell what they're doing and who owns them. Imagine that with the delivery packages. Oh, I can see it took off from the Amazon warehouse or something like that. It's going here. Free items. Or is it too far-fetched to say police officers, emergency workers, they'll use really high-end drones? So imagine a thief that wants to steal it. They'll just use this. Oh, where are they? Over there. Other than that, I guess more people are just going to be mad because I know here in Canada there's been more restrictions for things like shutdowns and stuff like that for the COVID. I believe in Ontario they have a new restriction as well now. But then reading this one, it says Radio Canada head traveled to Florida despite federal travel advisory. Trip comes amid growing scrutiny of public office holders' trips during pandemic. This is not going to hold well for all these people doing this in the higher positions, I guess you could say. It's almost already halfway past a month too, and I don't think things are going to get back to normal anytime soon. Alright, see you guys later.